So I'm going to talk to you about where to find commercial knowledge because I get this question all the time. Tim, where can I learn more? What else can I be doing? Who else can I be talking to? And the answer is everywhere. Everywhere. You have to read books, which I know nobody likes reading anymore, but there's a lot of good information out there. And what I'll try to do is review a few of them for you that I think that are really educational. But reading books, going to seminars, talking to other brokers that are educated, other peers. The best experience you're ever going to get is from doing a deal, period. And that's because if, suppose you bought an office building and you went through the process of buying and figuring out the paperwork, your attorney was involved, the inspection, now you're leasing it out for the first time. That is some real hands-on experience that is going to be very, very difficult to obtain otherwise. And I don't know if there's another way you could learn other than that. So depending on what it is you want to be better at, you really got to go out there and figure it out for yourself. But there's so many tools out there that'll help you. There are tons of different. I don't want to badmouth anyone, but you guys can do your own reviews, do your own research, go out there and maybe there's a seminar, an event you want to go to. It's kind of trial and error, but a lot of times there'll be like a group, like a Facebook group you can join in on and just see how someone is learning. Right now, a real big trend that I've seen in the last few years is apartment investing. I love apartments. I'm all into apartments always, but it's really syndication. I think that's popped on, and the truth is, most of the time the deal is going to be overpriced for a syndication because you got to remember you're bringing in all these other investors, and you need to get such a good deal on it in order to make it make sense. And it's possible. It's very, very possible, and they're still there today. But a lot of these gurus, they were doing this, 5, 6 years ago. Maybe the market was different wherever they're investing, and it's it's a lot more challenging now. It still can be done, but it's just more challenging. So if you are looking at maybe retail space, I know retail's not as attractive right now, maybe you could try and partner up with someone who has done retail. And a lot of people have done different types of investing. You just don't know about it because maybe you haven't asked them, but maybe someone has their own restaurant. Most of the time they own that space, if it's a freestanding building, because an investor usually doesn't want to take a risk on a single tenant unless it's like a Wendy's or some big franchise national tenant or something. And you really will not beat experience. So whenever you see anything that you're not familiar with, try to ask around about it. Really do your research. There's a ton of material out there online. I post all kinds of articles that are very helpful. You can read those. You can, like I said, the Facebook groups are real, some of them are really good, and you can get all kinds of information there. Really, next to reading about the material, I think is pretty tough to get. And you will always come across somebody who has maybe a certain expertise in warehouse or land or hotels, whatever it is. Anything pertaining to commercial real estate. Remember, it's so big that it's very difficult to be good at everything. really need to select or pick just one thing and focus on that and be really good at it. And that doesn't mean you can't do other deals. I partner up with people all the time. It just means your focus is not there. And try to keep learning as much as you can. Uh, there's always more. There's always more. I've seen a lot of people, maybe they'll have a successful apartment career, and then the market turns and they lose a lot and they're scared to get back in. So it can always shift, it can always turn. There's always a hot asset class, and it, you just really want to consume as much information as possible. Though if you're in retail, ICSC trade shows like that are great. You network, you meet with people. Apartments, national housing, there's all kinds of cool things like that. SIOR brokers, an office, they have a lot of inside information. And just kind of start somewhere and do something, and you'll progress, and you'll get there. But it's, oh, you can always ask questions, asking me questions, ask anyone questions, it doesn't matter. And doing that you'll always get something out of it. And the longer you're in, the longer you learn and you try to figure out more and more information, you'll get all kinds of cool stuff. And I hope that was helpful. Please have any questions, let me know.